Hello, hello, good people. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. And, we got the weather changing. It's hot here right now. It was cold. It's supposed to get cold again. A lot of ups and downs here with the weather, but that's the way fall goes. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. Let me know what you've got going on this evening. We're going to be bringing Jimmy on hopefully here in just a minute. But I wanted to say a quick hello to the folks in the chat. I saw Miss Ellie here and Joshua Ricks, Mark Brown, always supportive there with his kind words. Dan B in the house, Andrew Carlisle, OG Fitzroy, Jason Esser is here. By the way, you want to make sure you come back here on Wednesday of this week at 7 p.m. We're going to be going live with Jason Esser. He's got some brand new products to bring to you guys that you definitely want to check out and probably put on your Christmas wish list, I do believe. So make sure you come back for that. Saw Damian Mason in here. Got E. And Get Barbu is in here. Good to see you guys. Oh, summer butter weather. Yeah, we got the OG of summer butter, if you will. We've got Mr. Jimmy. So let me go ahead and go over to the screen for just a second. And we're going to try to welcome Jimmy in. And here he is. Look at him right there. Jimmy's running a little behind this evening. He told me he had like a birthday party. He was going to go jump on the trampoline or something at the trampoline park. I don't know. He's on his way. He said he's running late. So we'll get him in here as quickly as we can. We got Clinton in here from the Captain Stash. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, you're over there I think he's over there in Texas. That's the weather, like in the Midwest, there's change. And like one week is hot, the next week is like freezing cold. So, hey, Russ Young, good to see you. we're just hanging out with Jimmy here. You see he's pointing at me, or is he pointing at his little, I don't know what that thing is. I'm going to have to ask him about that in the picture. But Jimmy did share a good code for you guys this evening. So my affiliate code, which I've got linked in the description there, which is Banjo15, will actually get you 30% off until midnight. So if there's anything you've wanted to pick up from Jimmy, haven't ordered anything in a while, you can use my code Banjo15 to get 30% off. Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that live stream on Wednesday with Mr. Jason Esser. And I got Mike Zarate in here. Good to see you. We got the man who knows it all, Camo Cam, the history buff there. And I saw TV, or is it T/T-V? Saw him in here earlier. Thank you for your comment earlier. And let me know what you guys have going on this evening. And also let me know what some of your favorite Ruddy Man scents are. So Jimmy's been around a long time. So if you've been in the community a while, you've had a chance to try out lots of stuff. Now I've got a sentimental favorite here that I've got in. It's called the Old Home Place. It's got a banjo picking rooster, and that banjo is modeled after my 1930 Gibson banjo that my parents bought for me. It's called the Old Home Place. Got it in tonight, and it's more of a summer scent in a way, but for me, it just reminds me of home, or like, family. It is cornbread, cucumber, tomato vine, and barnwood. That's what I've got in right now. I know E likes midnight. He likes those cologne scents. Midnight to me is not quite sweet enough. I just want a tinge of sweetness. I'm more of a pillow talk kind of person. If you want to talk about the colognes, also the sarcophagus was very cool. If you like those kind of smooth scents. Now that one went away. We'll talk about what's gone away, what's currently available, because we had all those nice Halloween scents roll off, but a few of the fall scents are still around, and also a fan favorite called Bad Pilgrim is back. Let's see. All right, Andrew's got a lot here. Party Crasher, Rail Jumper, Pillow Talk, Ringside, Pigskin, Ruddy Man. Oh, man, I think that's hard to pick a favorite out of all of those. By the way, the Beast Box this month looks awesome. If you haven't seen the Beast Box, in fact, let's take a look at it, because I want to read that scent profile again. It sounds pretty cool. You used that one more than Pillow Talk. Yeah, did you get the all the Sawyer series, the Head Honcho and the River Runner and the something else, the Sawyer series? Hey, Jason Klein, Jeff Rice, good to see you guys. We are hanging out here. I told Jimmy I would keep things afloat until he got in here. He is running a little bit late. So let's take a look at the website really quickly. Once again, you can get 30% off with my code Banjo15. All right, so I wanted to read by the way, there are a few closeout things here. So I think it's just like a random balm or something. But let's take a look at what we've got. There is a Ruddy stick here in the natural deodorant in the Head Honcho, which would be a good scent to have that in. All right. Mark Brown has been a channel member for 8 months. Thank you so much. And a couple other channel members in here, Dan B and Andrew Carlisle. Appreciate that, guys. So channel membership is available for either $1.99. I set it really low, so $1.99 or $4.99. That just gives me a little bit more like stable income you can count on to help put things on like this, and some of the programs and the equipment I use kind of helps pay for some of that stuff. But you got the Ruddy stick, which you can try. If you've never tried the deodorant, this is $8. And I don't know for sure if you can use my Banjo15 and get 30% off of that. Somebody may want to check that out and let me know if you can. The 30% works off on these already discounted prices. So there's a Headmaster Balm. There is the River Runner, which if you haven't tried the River Runner, that might be one to try. There's a balm. I know you like balm. So that's just a good kind of cologne aquatic musk scent. It's not too aquatic either from what I remember. Sarcophagus balm, which I love. Cereal, which smells like Fruity Pebbles. And then if you have not tried the Nocturnus, if you missed out on that, you can get it in the balm. And that is red vintage. I think that's red wine, blood orange, and Draculaean musk. And that one is more towards the cologne side. There's a little bit of like orange and kind of a grape, not really grape juice, between grape juice and wine, mixed with orange and a Draculaean musk, which is a good one as well. All right, so that you can get a balm for $8. And once again, hopefully somebody's checking to see if you can use the 30% off on that as well, because that would get it really, really cheap. And E, you said you like the, I know how you like those cologne scents. So Head Honcho would work, the River Runner would work, Sarcophagus, and even Nocturnus, I think, would work for you for kind of a cologne kind of scent. All right, so Andrew can confirm the code does work on the closeout. So you can get 30%. So you can get a balm for $8 minus 30%. So that would be 80 cents, be that's 40 cents. So you can get $5.60 you can get for a balm. Okay, that sounds really cheap. If you have not checked out the Beast box for this month, I thought that the profile looked really, really cool. Let me go back to it here. Well, let's get it to stay up here. Bergamot, sage, and spice. That sounds really cool. All right. Got kind of a gumshoe, old investigative detective kind of vibe going along that, which kind of goes along with a lot of the old Ruddy reveal kind of idea. I want Jimmy to come on here because he mentioned to me something about that Ruddy reveal. Who remembers those Ruddy reveals? I know Camo Cam did. Yeah, those closeout deals are silly low, so you want to make sure you check that out. So I have a feeling there was a lot more in there that you missed out on when they first went on closeout, and that's what he's got left. Who's a member of the Beast Box subscription out there? And the Cousins Jailbreak. I don't know if I know what that one is. I don't know if I remember seeing that one. It may not be around anymore. What was I going to look at here? So here's all the scents that is available in the oil. Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. There are a few of these that are still available in the fall scents, not the closeout scents, but there's two in particular that if you have not checked out, they're really cool. One is called Ghost Lights. All right, Ghost Lights, that is still available. That is dry leaves, crushed acorns, fallen fruit, mountain mist, and ancient woods. So it kind of smells, it's kind of hard to describe. It's like you're walking out in the woods at night. It's a little bit damp with a mist around, and then like a little bit of maybe walking through an apple orchard. You don't get tons of apple, but just like a little hint of like an apples on a tree, like fruit trees, if you will. So that's a pretty cool one. And then another one is called Essex. And both of those profiles were new this year. So this one is Cranberry Cavendish, New England Leaves, Lantern Smoke, and Salty Nor'eastern Air. Yeah, so that one you get like cranberry and like salty air is what I get out of that one. Really cool scents, both of those. And I really like that Nocturnus as well, which was a new profile for this year, that one that was on the closeout. If you're into the fall scents, still checking those out, you can always get Balm House, which is your cinnamon, apple, and vanilla. And then brand new back on the market is the Bad Pilgrim. Who's had Bad Pilgrim? It smells like a Thanksgiving feast and a little bit of bourbon. Yeah, my friend Mo the Bearded Shark, he wears this one every Thanksgiving. Got a little hint of some spice to it. Pretty good one. All right. I don't know if I've already pulled out some of these, the winter scents. Who's ready for the winter and the snow? I love those. Oh yeah, I remember that. TV said he had Bad Pilgrim in already. Hey, Rocket 49, good to see you. We got James in here. Good to see you. And I agree with Jason. It's like you read those profiles, you think, oh God, that's going to be awful. What was he thinking? And then Jimmy can make anything smell good. It's a master. Like I've got one that's got cornbread and tomato vine and cucumber and barnwood. And to me, it's really, really good. Most of these are on the mediums length. Yeah, Jimmy hasn't blinked yet. He might blink in a minute. I hope he blinks in a minute. He's supposed to be here. Yeah, so you can definitely try some unique scents, and none of them smell bad. You can put a spin on that where if it's he's not gonna put out something that smells bad, at least in his opinion, and he's got a lot of experience at this point. A couple of new ones. I don't even know if I've worn both of these yet. Have you guys tried these two? I think one was a collab with a podcast. I think it is. Yeah, the Belief Whole podcast. One's called Night Stalker. You guys tried that one out? That one is, oh boy, earthy forest, vanilla, tobacco, and crypt. I can't read that. Something cool. That's a good one. It's like a dry scent. Earthy forest tobacco, but it's not woodsy. It's kind of like a dry, like a hardwood kind of thing mixed with some tobacco. And then there's one other one that is kind of newer to the market. It's called Ruddy. And that one is gunmetal, German lager, and dark musk. So if you're into those dark beers, that's what this one smells like. So if you like those kind of takes, a little bit of sweetness on the end of it. That one's called Ruddy if you're into those kind of darker scents. Like my man Chris. Chris, have you tried Ruddy? Rotty. That sounds like it's something you might like. Heavy gunmetal, German lager, and dark musk. Sounds like it's right up your alley. By the way, if you just popped in, you can get 30% off with the code Banjo15. There were a few like balms and stuff left on closeout that you can get for like crazy prices, like $5 and something when you use that code on it. And then we're hoping to get to talk to Mr. Jimmy here in a few minutes. I told him not to speed, to be safe on the way home. He had one of his kids had a birthday party to go to, so he's supposed to be here shortly. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Let's see. Did I miss it? Maybe I missed that one. So Chris I'm not sure if that was a collab or you helped with that one. It was blueberries and something. I've got it over there. I can't remember. I'm not used to doing these things solo. I'm used to either singing or having somebody else on screen. So we're making this as best we can here. Last year for beginning of the year was Secret Agent. He brought that one out around New Year's Day. And that one was pretty cool. It was banana. And you think, how in the world are you going? I don't want banana in my beard. After I put it in my beard, I wanted banana bourbon cologne. That's what it smelled like to me in my beard. It's pretty cool. Whistle Punk. That's the other Sawyer series. So yeah, you got your Whistle Punk, your River Runner, and your Head Honcho. All those are pretty hardy kind of scents. Cologne-ish in a way, and kind of wood and cologne kind of mixed together in various forms on most of those. Oh, cool, you guys are just talking in the chat. By the way, make sure you mark your calendars for Sunday, because I've been streaming on Sundays, November the 20th, which is that's only in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, I got some more work to do, will be our Black Friday week sales extravaganza. I'm not sure how many companies I got locked in, somewhere around 17. I set the limit at 20. So I want to finalize that list this week and then get their sales going and getting all the graphics typed up. So you guys know how those big sales events goes. So you want to make sure you're here for that. I do think Ruddy Man will be part of that one as well. All right. So Dan B's been a member for 6 months. Thank you so much for that. And calendar is Mark. That's good, Mark. It's kind of weird to do weird in a way for companies around Black Friday, because some start that week before, like I'm going to live Sunday before Thanksgiving. Last year I did my live stream on that Tuesday, which was good for a lot of people that hadn't started traveling yet, but they were just about done with work for most people on that. That worked well. But in this case, we're going on the Sunday because I've been streaming on Sundays and doing live streams and launches and that kind of stuff. And also in December, a lot of people ask me about this too. If you've been watching my karaoke stuff, if you watched it at all last year, you know I did a few Christmas inspired karaoke streams. So we'll do at least 2 or 3 of those I got to start practicing up. I got to get my Mariah Carey down so I can do some singing on that. People like it when I do the Grinch song and some of that other stuff. So we'll be bringing that back, having some fun. So that'll be in the Sundays at 7 p.m. in December. So maybe we'll probably start that as I'm looking at the calendar, December 4th and 11th and 18th. If I don't have another live stream launch, I know I've got launch coming Wednesday night with Jason Esser from Simple Solutions 123. And then also another one coming sometime. We haven't made the schedule yet for Mythical Beers and this really cool trio box that they're doing. You want to hear Blue Christmas by Porky Pig? And I bet we can do that. I got this new Rodecaster Pro thing, so it's got the sound effects on it. So we can
pitch our voice up and we can have really weird sounding stuff. I can do the chipmunks this year for sure.
Hey, Dagan. I won't break your screen.
We'll just put on the high-pitched stuff, and I'll hit the button here when we sound like Mariah Carey.
All right, so I heard some people talk about the Ruddy butter, the liquid butter. Who's tried the Ruddy butter? And how do you like that? How do you work that into your routine, those people that use the Ruddy butter? Do you use it like in place of your beard oil? Do you use it after your beard oil? Do you use it at night instead of butter? That kind of thing. What's your routine looking like with the summer butter? Hey, we got Bearded Ambitions in the house. Good to see you. My man, Dave.
Christmas time is here. Yeah, we can do anything chipmunks these days.
Yeah, so how do you use that Ruddy butter? Yeah, the liquid butter. That's what we're talking about, Dagan. Yeah, we got Hollywood Dave in the house. By the way, one of my most popular videos is Mr. Beard Ambitions, when I did a beard advice series. That video still gets views just about every day, which is kind of cool to see. You never know which ones the algorithm are going to pick up. So you just kind of keep putting out videos. I didn't really put it out for the algorithm to pick up, but it's always interesting. Like you'll put out a really good one and you think it'll catch on and be like a sustainable one. Sometimes they call those your anchor videos, the ones that get more views and bring in people. And then some of them don't. And I did like 50 episodes of that beard advice series. And the one I did with Dave is definitely the most popular, which is cool. All right, cool. So Fitz says he uses the summer butter at night, no oil. So kind of in place of your nighttime routine for that. Yeah, the sriracha top's cool on that. And I haven't had any issues with it spilling or anything, but it's pretty cool. Also, does he use the sriracha top with his wash and conditioner? I always thought that was cool in the shower because when you have the pop top, the flip top, and you put it on, especially if it's really thin on a beard wash or something, the beard wash shoots sideways. So I like the sriracha top for that. You can just drop some straight down instead of it going sideways. And for me too, I like the regular butter much better. The summer butter worked, but to me, I never really found a place in my routine for it. I think it's a good product. I think it's good to be on the market for sure. By the way, if you've never tried Ruddy, there's also a little sampler kit. Let me see what's in the sampler kit here. For $25. Remember, you can get 30% off of that tonight. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So you get... So you get a unscented, so you can kind of see how the oil works for you. Shipwrecked, which is your coconut lime stuff, I think, if I remember right. Whistle Punk, which is from the Sawyer series. It's like a woodsy cologne. Midnight, which is E's favorite. It's kind of a dry cologne. And then Southern Gent is a peach and fir scent, which one of the best peach scents I've ever tried because of that fir makes it seem a lot more natural. Yeah, I never had a butter leak like that. I've had like the most stuff I've had leak was the regular kind of butter, not a liquid butter because it's already melted. Yeah, there's a lot of things companies do to try to keep that stuff from either melting down or leaking out. There's all kind of stuff. There's still issues. You've only tried prize pie is the only kind of Running Man you've tried. You're missing out on some good stuff for sure. Hey Garrett, good to see you in here. Oh, you must have lost quite a bit. Now it's a good deal though. Like for the summer butter, it's like you buy a summer butter, an unscented was like, you ever gonna need another one? Let's see how much that is. We'll look at it here in the Essex cent. So it's $25 and it's like, is it 4 ounces? It's 4 ounces of summer butter. I mean, it's oil, it's a liquid. So just think about if you had 4 ounce oil, you're basically getting that for $25. And you get discount codes like tonight, you can get 30% off of that. That's going to last you a good while unless you just got a really big beard and you use it multiple times a day. Hey, Sean. Hopefully we'll unfreeze Jimmy here in a minute. Hey, Josh, no better time than tonight for sure. So I got a couple of people that's only tried a few things or have never tried Ruddy Man at all. So definitely some cool stuff to try. The scent strength are usually a medium. It's not really overpowering most of these scents unless there's just something in there you don't like, and those always kind of stick around more than anything. There's so many like that I like. There's not tons that I love like that goes on the number one on my list, but it's like almost all of them I like. There's a few that I don't like. It's kind of interesting how that works. Definitely Pillow Talk is one that I really do like. That one made my one of my top scents of the year. Justin Bell, good to see you. Oh, let's see. Jimmy said he's just about ready. That's good because it's been 30 minutes here of me juggling. Oh yeah, Ghost Lights is really cool. Ghost Lights is really cool. Yeah, so if you're into the fall-ish kind of sense, Ghost Lights is more of the leaves and just a hint of some fruit and kind of the mist. So you get like it's kind of hard to explain, but that's kind of what you get is like damp leaves and a little bit of appley kind of fruit, just a little hint of that, like you're walking through apple trees. And then the Essex is another cool one for fall that is only going to be around a limited time. So that one's got a little bit of cranberry Cavendish and then like the salty air. I don't really get smoke, even though it says lantern smoke. I don't get that, but I do get a little bit of leaves and the cranberry and the nor'eastern salty air. Oh yeah, the acorn. Yeah, it kind of just mixes in with the leaves, but that to me, right, all the acorns are on the ground right now around here as I'm walking around campus. I work on a beautiful college campus. I take walks every day to get out of my room and to get away from the teenagers while the weather's still good. And we've got tons of like the maple leaves are coming down and there's acorns all over the ground, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Whistle Punk is a good one. Smoky Amber Cologne is kind of a good way to put it, but not heavy on the smoke. And so we have some interesting products. So obviously we've got the summer, the liquid butter we've been talking about, and then also the deodorant. So let us know if you've tried that natural deodorant. I'm not into natural deodorants. I have not tested enough of them to try. So I can't really speak to that very well. And then let's see, this probably have the washes and all of that stuff that you can check out as well. Let's see what we got. So you got your beard wash, beard conditioner, body wash, colognes and perfumes. Okay, that's for the ladies. And all that stuff. I know a few of you also in here have done the Beast Yourself, made your own custom. So that's a pretty cool thing that you can do. A great Christmas gift, or a gift to anybody, or a gift to yourself for that. I know a few people in here have done that. I think that's what Chris did, and then Andrew's done that. And you see some of them popping up here as you take a look at that. So that's always cool. Jimmy's very cool to work with. I've worked with him to create a scent, and that actually paints a picture, just like that chin music smells like baseball game. So very, very cool stuff. Oh, I didn't know you went natural deodorant. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit, there's a transition period for sure to get away from those that's got the aluminum in it. All right. What you got here. Let me see what we can do about bringing in Jimmy. Let me bring him in. Add him to the.
Hey. You got me?
I got you.
Yes. I'm so sorry for being tardy, guys.
That's all right. How was the trampoline? You didn't break any ankles, did you?
I did not get on any trampolines, man.
I knew that.
We were running crazy just trying to feed those kids, and timing on the party just was not what I thought it was. So it put us an hour back, and but thanks for handling your channel.
We've been juggling.
I know. I was waiting on my laptop to charge up, and then I realized I have another one that was ready to go. So I popped that on. We're good now. We're good.
Cool. So we've been talking about a lot of stuff, just all of the scents that you still have. We went through the closeouts, showed people that, and then we talked about the couple of fall scents that's still available with your Essex and your Ghost Lights. I'm curious about the feedback you've gotten on those new profiles that you had this year, this fall.
Yeah. Well, both Ghost Lights and Essex have probably gotten the most buzz out of something that's been released to the public. And by public, I mean like outside of our subscription service.
Mm-hmm.
So those two, honestly, and I'm not just saying this because they're new, they are probably my favorite scents to date. I'm more of a fall guy anyway. So I really, really loved being able to put something together in Essex with a cranberry tobacco. I'd never heard of it, and it really made a lot of sense when ideally, just talking through the idea was a really good idea, and then it just came together as one of the best blends I've been able to make, in my opinion. And then Ghost Lights is really it's very close and near and dear to me because it's based on a song that I had written a while back, and we really wanted that one to be a big deal out of the gate. Because if I'm going to put my own, not just my own name on it, but also my music on it, I want it to be good, So, and thankfully, those two have come back in just droves of really good feedback. If it's interpersonal or people giving us reviews on the site, I mean, I haven't heard anybody say that it's not their cup of tea. So, those two have run wonders for our brand this year, I think.
Yeah, very cool. So yeah, and by the way, on Ghost Lights, you get a little QR code, and you can check out Jimmy's performing the song on that. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. Yeah, it's one of the first songs I've recorded as a solo artist. So
Awesome.
We really.
And for me, the
really
Ghost Lights really is fall with you get the leaves kind of scent to it. Essex to me is a little bit more of a year-round scent, right? It doesn't kind of pigeonhole itself because it's got the cranberry, but also the crisp air, salty air kind of mixed in. You do get a little bit of the New England leaves, but it's not a ton. To me, this one's more of a year-round scent.
Yeah, and it does have a really cool background salty kind of vibe. It's just weird how all that stuff worked. I was very, very happy to find out that it wasn't just, like was that old book Making Do? You just throw a bunch of stuff into the pot and hope it comes out okay. It actually did what we wanted it to.
Awesome. Now, for me, as I'm looking at you here, your voice and your mouth is mixed up here. So I don't know if you might need to pop out and come back in and see if
Oh,
that might
okay.
fix it. Let's try that.
It might be my internet, but yeah, we'll do that.
Cool. Yeah, we've got Chris over here fangirling. King Tingle is here for sure. And we'll get him back in here in just a second. We just want to see if we can get him synced up a little bit with his audio and his video. He's got a lot of cool stuff to tell you about what's coming up, and I'm going to turn him loose in just a second because I don't like talking this much. Singing I can handle. Talking to the screen, I feel like I'm teaching remotely again when nobody has their cameras on. Yeah, the King Tingle, that actually came from the Bomb House scent. Gave people a little tingle with the wash on it, I think it was. So remember, you can get 30% off with the code BANJO15 tonight. Always appreciate when you guys use my codes on anything. It does help out quite a bit to keep these things going. Oh, y'all talking about football. I can't talk about football. Jimmy and I are both from North Carolina, and we've got the Carolina Panthers. It's bad. Yeah, I got the Carolina Panthers, and then my alma mater is the NC State Wolfpack, and they don't win much either. Well, they've been ranked this year in football, but am I growing the beard out? No, I'll keep it this length or a little bit shorter. It's about time for a haircut this week is the plan. So we'll trim up the beard. I've got a teacher work day on, this is going to be a 4-day work week. I got a teacher work day on Tuesday because of election day. And then I'm off on Friday for Veterans Day. So we're going to get Jimmy back in here. Jimmy's back.
Yes.
Awesome. Hey, Corey, good to see you.
I'll be better.
Yeah, I think we're good. It just it got hung up there for a minute, and then you got out of sync. We want to keep you in sync.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of cool stuff you've had going on. So over the summer, you kind of you laid low for a little bit. You did some music stuff, had some fun with that, I know. And then after that, you're like, I'm back. I'm focused. I got all this stuff going on. You always have all these cool ideas, but a lot of times it's hard to get time to work all that stuff out because you've got to, keep making your orders that come in on, keep your regular customers happy. How do you have time to create and do all this other cool stuff and implement it? But I'm going to turn you loose here and let me, you can tell the folks about what you've got coming up. And I know you got some cool boxes and those kind of things. By the way, the Beast box for this week, that scent, or this month, that scent looks awesome. We took a look at it a second ago.
Oh yeah. This guy here.
Yeah.
That Jag Noir. That's this one is like, it's a piece Shasta had for a long while, and she said, dude, this guy looks so cool. You need a really, really cool scent, like a cool guy scent. And I was like, okay. So we came up with something that was a little bit more like a really, really nice cologne. I mean, it's just a really good cologne. So something really fun. And the Beast box, for anybody who is not necessarily sure what I'm talking about, I got a bunch of stickers here, so I'm going to use those. I am behind again as far as my visual and audio goes, but anyway, Beast box is like our monthly subscription service, and these are exclusive beasts that only show up every single month. So if you order a Beast box inside of, say, the month of November, no matter what day of November it is, you will get Jag Noir sent to you. And then that'll be a recurring thing. You can always kind of create your own combo type thing. And it's turned out to be a really, really big part of our brand. It's a way for us to continually be creative and make new stuff. But it's also a really cool way for us to give something to the fans of the brand that not everybody is going to get. So some exclusivity there. Dare I say FOMO? Like there's some of that there.
I
But
like I
I
like the
really
fact
believe,
that people can order it throughout the whole month, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
some services are you got to get everything in and they send everything out at the beginning of the month or the 8th of the month or whatever it is, and that's the only shot you get. So here
yeah,
you got enough time to, if somebody doesn't see your post all the time, they're a little bit more casual on how they follow you.
yeah,
But the word gets out, right? People actually get this in, they get to try it, they get to post about it. You may see a video
yeah,
about it, and you go, "Oh man, that looks really cool, and it sounds like an awesome profile," and they still have a chance to pick it up. So this
yeah.
month is bluesy bergamot, secretive sage, and sensual spice.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta say it sensually, and you've got to imagine some of that, like some of that saxophone stuff in the background. Yeah, we've had a really, really good time with making some of these. A lot of these from the Beast Box tend to be from our customs. Those customers just love the idea of putting something together themselves, and on top of that, it's a really cool bonus that they get to share it with everybody in the industry. um, and I'll be honest with you, a few of them have gotten such great feedback that they're going to be moving into the main lineup starting in January. So we've
Mm.
got we're that's something I'll probably touch on just a little bit, but we're changing some things like we always do, but we're really looking into making our brand more accessible for onboarding the new or uh, how do I say this kindly? The guy who's just in the beard, he's got a beard, but he doesn't know about all the stuff. He
Hmm.
doesn't know about this whole world of beard oil collectors and the dudes who will sit around online and be like, "Man, have you tried XYZ from XYZ company? Blah blah blah. I've got it." So there are so many people out there still who have facial hair who have never even heard of what beard oil actually does. And it's kind of astounding to those of us that live inside of this bubble, but it is still a bubble. It's not really like a mainstay for the wider world. So this is part of the reason we've been trying to tweak some things for our main lineup come January, because we want all of the scent profiles that we have be easy to onboard that guy. The dude who's really necessarily looking to do all of the crazy stuff that Ruddy Man tends to do. He's not looking for, you know, Fruit Loops or, some really cool, all kinds of things in the pot type things like some of the stuff we did for Halloween.
You mean like
Um,
cornbread and cucumbers and tomatoes?
yeah, yeah. Now that one's going to stick around. That one's definitely staying around. But as
I
far as
put
the
it in
main
tonight. I
lineup
still love
goes,
it.
I know it's so good, right? Um, but as far as the main lineup goes, that one and maybe um, Roddy and maybe one more are going to be the outliers in the sense that they have that, oh, what's that
Hmm.
about kind of scent profile. So we're trying to back up and take a look at everything that has just sold well, but everything that creates a good buzz. Um, and then also look at what is that newer or even seasoned beardsman looking for as the day to day. This is going to be the thing that I know I can wear into my 9 to 5. It's not going to be abrasive. It's going to be something that smells masculine, kind of. Some of those things are going to like lean into what we would consider the cliche, but really are just the die-hard scent profiles like vanilla tobacco. I mean, you hear about that one and people are like, it's overdone, it's overdone, it's overplayed, but it's actually not. People are still
Not
trying to
anymore,
buy it.
because people, you
No,
don't see it as much anymore.
that's right. That's right.
You've
And
got a couple of cologne profiles to me that I think would fit that mold. Pillow Talks one. It's not, it's kind of even. Some of the stuff in your Sawyer series, the sarcophagus was just, a nice, safe, smells good, smells manly kind of scent.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean it's good that you say that because Sarcophagus is actually going to make the main lineup. However, we are changing artwork and name for it so that it's not so specific to a season like Halloween. We're going to try to make it more of like an all year long kind of deal. Um, so I think I'm not entirely sure if we've settled on it, but I think we're going to call it something along the lines of Exodus. It'd probably be a camel or something like that. Um, but will be the exact same profile. We just simply, my wife and I had gone this route where as much did for the spooky season. I think with our brand going more direction of family friendly, we want everything to do to focus on the upbeat and the positive. Even though it's really cool, the artwork that she's put out for all that spooky stuff, I just I think we're gonna put more of a spin on positive. All the family can come together and have fun with all this stuff. So the scent profiles that really knocked it out of the park will stick around. You just may see them renamed, revised artistically. And then also, my wife is an artist, so every year she looks back at what she has done before, and sometimes she looks at it and says, I can do so much better now." So
And I'm sure you do the same,
some
right? With creating your
oh, for sure,
profiles.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. And sometimes, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, right? Uh, but if you continually grow as an artist, um, a lot of times you'll go back and tweak things so that they're even a little more nuanced and a lot more inviting to the person outside. So that's what we're going to be looking at is a few of those scent profiles are from the Beastbox subscription service are going to be sticking around for the lives, the mainline long haul. So Sarcophagus would be one of those. Another one from the Beast Box, two from the Beast Box actually that we are definitely keeping. One was called Cafe Voodoo. We're gonna rename that to Cafe Beignet instead of it being like a Voodoo Man crocodile. It'll be more like a chef kind of crocodile, but it'll be our coffee scent. Um, and then Rail Jumper was a September's box that had and tonka bean and some pine patchouli kind of stuff. It's a very nice scent, and all I heard from everybody was like, "This needs to be mainline up constantly." I even heard that from other makers. So
So you've just
we're
made
we're
Andrew
gonna have a good
Carlisle.
time.
You've just made Andrew happy because he's been asking about. He wants more of that.
Yeah,
So let me go ahead and say this because I see Chris talking about
yeah,
bringing back GI. If you have any old Ruddy Man scents you want to see come back, it's all about supply and demand. And
yeah.
with where there's a demand,
It
there'll
is.
be a supply. But if you've got something you're like, I really love that, I want it to come back, it should be in the main line. Go ahead and put it in the comments because we just want to make sure
Yeah,
Jimmy sees it. Make sure your voice is
yeah,
heard. Go ahead and put it in there.
yeah.
That doesn't mean it's coming back, but it's always good to get feedback from
Well,
the customers, right, Jimmy?
yeah, it is. It is. And in the case of GI, Chris will be really happy. That's going to be our like whiskey scent, the more like the hard liquor kind of scent that most dudes look for. It does have does have a bit of a difference on it. I mean, it's got tobacco and whiskey and leather, but it also has blueberry, and so it's a really, really, really nice scent. Um, there for a time, I thought it was going to be more like a seasonal because I wasn't sure I could get all the stuff I needed to make it all the time. I have since found out that I can, and I've also since been told by my wife it must be in the lineups. Where GI will be there. So don't you worry, Chris.
There you go.
That'll be nice. um, oh, I'm just checking out these.
Yeah, I'm trying to check them out
I'm gonna
too.
make a sloth for Chris. That's what happens when you're centuries old.
I can't get past the camel you said. It's like, okay, we're gonna have hump day. Every hump day we're gonna be wearing the camel cologne,
Hey,
the camel cologne.
hey, that's a marketing ploy
Yeah.
that I don't mind using. Um, yeah, man. So that's definitely some of the big stuff that's come to pipe. I'm a little. this whole year, actually, I've been a little bit behind the big reveals for the next seasonals that I see a lot of guys put out. And I've come to realize that, you know what, that's okay. It feels like it's good in my time, you know. So we're getting together. This thing we did the Halloween box this year for all of the spooky season stuff. We're doing something very similar to that called the Burr box, and it'll be, yeah, Burr, like our holiday and winter scents. That will include full sizes of like all the holiday stuff we've done. Yes, I love it. I love it. We'll have Ruddy Claws, Saint Workshop, Magi. We'll
Yes.
have, let's see, I'm looking at them here.
Did you get
Naughty Nick.
What about Aurora?
Aurora's definitely in there.
There you your leather lovers out there. The Aurora is a good one. It's a wintry spin with a little leather on the end, so it's kind of interesting. But
I have a feeling Aurora is going to
Magi.
be like the go-to for our winter stuff.
Yeah,
So,
Magi is my favorite out of those from last year that you sent me.
oh yeah, yeah, that one's great too, man. That's kind of, that one's more in line of what I would consider sarcophagus, like a deeper type of cologne,
Yeah, so
like
it's
with some
oud,
smooth edge.
frankincense, and myrrh. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I like that.
So we're gonna have those. When Moscow Russian tea one. That's a citrus spiced hot tea kind of scent. And so all six of those in full size bottles, plus two testers for two brand new winter scents we're going to be having. One of them is a Beast Box scent. So if you're interested in trying to see what the subscription scents are all about, we'll have like a little tester of the one for December. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys that one's called Party Animal. And I'm going to let you wait on the art because it's so fun. Actually, you know what? I've got one right here. I'm going to show you. Party Animal. I love this guy right here. This is
that's cool.
Yeah, and he's
like
wearing an
sweater.
ugly Christmas sweater with the Holy
sweater.
Family on it, man. And he just
it.
looks like he's so bored. But anyway, this one's is great. The scent profile is easy. It's wassail and pralines, so it's a really nice festive scent, kind of along with that whole Christmas party
It's
vibe.
what in pralines? So I didn't hear the first
Wassail. So wassail's kind of like a mulled cider in a crock pot type thing.
I like wassail. In fact, they had it at the holiday market. I still think you should set up at the holiday market at the Greensboro Coliseum every year. It is huge.
I'll bet it is.
It's a 3-day event, and it's about half Christmas stuff, but the rest is like gifts and stuff. So I didn't see anybody doing beard oil. I saw all kind of other stuff. I saw some soaps, but I didn't see any beard oil. I think every year we go is like, Jimmy, you could rack up at this thing.
Yeah, I don't mind going to a place where I can rack up.
If you need any help, I'm right here. I can come help you.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure.
Right. Fitz was asking about the oud, frankincense, and myrrh is called Magi, so it'll be out next month. I'm assuming, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. It will. Well, I think I'm gonna releasing these this month.
Okay.
Particularly, we've got Black Friday coming up, so. Magi is definitely in that bunch. The Burr box I'm going to probably release next week. So it's going to include those 6 full-size scent profiles of oil and 2 testers of brand new scents. And then I believe we're also going to throw in a half ounce of our solid cologne in the Aurora scent profile. And then we're also, I think Shasta wants to do like a wooden ornament this year. We've kind of started doing that, and it's been like an annual thing for us. It's going to be a big box of stuff, and it'll probably be $100 range or a little bit over, just because it's so much. But this is for the guy who wants to try everything, and if he finds something he loves, he can get like matching butter or something later.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a legit sampler. Like it's like the big sampler for our entire season. And that'll probably only be available for, a weekend, maybe a week. And then it'll go away. We'll have a really cool tape on it, like a packing tape. It's funny. It's a really funny one. Shasta had a good time with it because it's got me dressed as Santa, kind of making a face, and the rest of these beasts on there too. So
Very
I'm
cool.
really excited about hearing about that one.
So are you doing anything,
Let's see.
any kind of stream or anything for Christmas? I know you always used to do your bashes and you've been really busy, but I heard you in our chat, you were saying something about trying to get some kind of something going again. I wasn't sure what you might have planned.
Yes. Yeah. The Ruddy Christmas Bash will still happen. Um, I've got to get all the dates the date finalized for it. I know that there are some other streams going on, and I don't want to. I know you can't really throw a rock without hitting four anymore, but yeah, we'll definitely do a Ruddy Christmas Bash. At that bash, we will likely uh, release some kind of cool, I don't know, combo or something. Do some giveaways, and then have some cool visitors come in, drop in, say hello, maybe do some music, that kind of deal, and then. Yeah, man. We've also been doing something with the Beast Box. Those guys haven't really heard a whole lot about it because I've been trying to really mull over exactly how I'm going to do it. But anybody who has X amount of like these stickers that come with the boxes, um, they'll be able to get some kind of really cool discount. Um, and then there's even going to be like a drawing out of all the people who have been part of the Beast Box the whole year to get, like, I don't know, a free Beast Box for the month, or maybe even give away a custom, because we're kind of nuts over here. So um,
That's a
there's
big
there's
one.
some cool stuff that we'll put in there. But yeah, we're definitely planning on having the live stream, and it'll be a good time. It always is.
Awesome. Anything else you wanted to talk about coming up? I know you've talked a little bit about a lot about stuff.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
say something about the? Who remembers the old Ruddy reveals? I remember that, and the radio pro shows that you had going along with that, and that I know how
Yeah,
much
man.
that had to be a labor of love, because I know that had to take a lot of time to do. It was such a
It
cool thing.
absolutely did. Yeah, it was. I told people near the end of it, when it stopped being a monthly thing. I think the last time we did one was in 2021. It was in June, and honestly, I miss it. I know a lot of guys have hit me up and they're like, "Man, are you ever going to do that again?" Um, and I am. It's an annual event now. We haven't done one in 2022 or because of unforeseen circumstances, just keeping us, like, the only sliver of time we found was a bad time. No would have really played, I don't think. So my plan is to do it in January, or maybe even February, sometime in the first quarter,
That makes
when
sense.
things are sort of slower for most folks. You don't have really a whole lot of, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are holidays, but you don't have like humongous holidays to look forward to the way that you do for Christmas or Easter or something like that. So this will give us a little time. We'll make it like a community wide thing. It won't be a subscription like it used to be. It'll be just like a you buy it one time. Um, and we'll probably keep some of the things that really worked about it. Like, if you like the ministry oil you get, then after the whole game is over for a time, we'll release an entire line of that scent, and you you know. Um, but we did want to tweak some things about it as well. I mean, we've made our whole brand about these artistic beasts that my
Mhm.
wife creates. So we want that to be reflected also in the Ruddy reveal. I think for a time we really just were trying to make scenes that worked with the storylines that went along with it, and now we want it to be reflective of the entire brand. So another step towards that cohesion that we've been trying to inch towards more and more. Um, but yeah, it's definitely coming back. I'm itching to do it. I know I've been talking to the chief, and he's he's kind of itching for
Oh,
some
chick
act too.
tingle.
He wants to hit the streets, man. He wants to hit the streets hard, some crime.
They always
So
fighting that crime for sure.
I
But
know.
that definitely sounds like fun, and I definitely think that late January, February would be a great time because people are still kind of shut in at home and they're not getting out as much, and there's not as many
Yeah,
things going on. So I think that would be good. But I know how much work that had to have been because I did it 1 month and listened to all of that stuff you recorded and all the
yeah,
videos you made too to go along with it, and typing out writing the story basically. So you had to write all of
yeah,
that stuff as well. So I know that was a big ordeal, but you also brought families together. They enjoyed kind of listening and doing all of that stuff. So it's a
yeah,
very cool
yeah.
thing that nobody else even came close to doing anything like that. So it's very cool. Guys, let us know in the chat if you have any final questions for Jimmy. I know he's tired from jumping on that trampoline so much. Anyway, so if we got any final questions, if not, we'll get off of here and let everybody have a good rest of the evening. I hate this time change. Don't you hate this time change?
Yeah, man, I'm dragging. I'm dragging. I gained an hour. I'm still dragging.
Yeah,
So
it's rough on
I don't
kids,
know if
and
you
it's,
really
it's rough
gain
on
an
kids and
hour.
dogs. Besides the old people who try to understand it and know what it is, the kids and dogs don't understand what's going on. They're like, "Why? What? I'm supposed to eat now.
I know, man.
I'm supposed to eat now.
I,
Feed me." You're like, "Oh, come on now."
that's what it is, man. We're all just dying of hunger. We don't know why.
Yeah.
You know?
At least my kids should be awake in the morning when I teach first block, because I'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, won't be able to sleep. So maybe I'll get some
Oh,
videos made.
yeah.
Well, thank
Oh,
you so
that's
much for
great.
coming
Great.
on here and sharing some of those updates. A lot of exciting stuff. And but just a reminder, guys, if there's anything from Ruddy Man you want to pick up tonight, you can do that for 30% off with the code
Yeah.
Banjo15. Always appreciate it when you guys do that. And I know Jimmy does as well. And we'll be back on Wednesday night here. I'll be live streaming with Jason Esser. He's got some very cool products that we're going to release that you will want to have added to your Christmas wish list for your house and your home for some display stuff, which would be very cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds great.
Any final words, Jimmy?
No, man. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, thanks for holding down the fort while I was getting back home. I appreciate it, and for giving me some screen time to share what we're going to be doing soon.
Absolutely. Always love having you on here and loving chatting. And you hang on after we end this thing. We'll chat for just a minute as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Beastbox is the coolest thing in the community by far. I can't argue with that sentiment for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much and have a good evening. And I hope to see you back here at Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Thanks.